There are numerous benefits to staying silent, but it's important to understand once you should stay silent and formerly you should speak up. You don't want to remain silent within the wrong situation and make effects worse, so this video will rethink the 5 elegant times to stay silent. Number 1. When someone is talking about their problems with you, occasionally being silent and listening is that thanks to going, let me keep explaining. Occasionally, people just want someone to concentrate on their rant to support them to feel good. They couldn't be in a position to simply accept your advice at the moment, and that they just want someone to concentrate. This was something I had a drag within the history, since when friends came to me to speak about their problems, I might always just talk with them and check out to unravel their problems for them. I only realized that I used to be in the wrong when someone told me I should just hear sometimes, since not everyone wants their problem solved. However, I suggest you ask them before the discussion starts. If you don't know if someone wants you to help solve their problems or simply hear, asking them before the discussion starts helps clear up misconstructions, and it allows you to help that person bend the simplest of your capability. This is frequently an excellent time to be silent because you're ready to help others out together with your silence. Number 2. Still, you'll avoid it or end it soon by remaining silent. If you don't want to affect a dumb argument, I'm not saying to always be silent to avoid conflict, since some conflict is sweet and it can help both parties grow. Still, not all arguments can help both parties grow, and many times, there are frequently petty arguments that come up. However, just tell them you're not interested and remain silent. If your friends try to jerk you into some argument or debate you don't look after. However, just misbehave with anguishing them to prompt it over with. If you're formerly within the argument and need to resolve the conflict instead, however, they won't have anyone to argue with if it's a one-on-one. If you misbehave with, torment them and remain silent. Occasionally, winning the argument might involve you losing, but it's fine if your aim is to resolve a conflict. Number 3. It's better to be silent rather than blurting out some within-the-moment passions which may be hurtful or make things worse. We all have said stuff we repent saying in the history. Perhaps you said something that damaged a relationship, or indeed you said something to ruin a primary impression. It's generally an honest idea to stay silent in those situations rather than blurting out something you would possibly regret. However, take a couple of breaths and consider the possible consequences which may follow. If you're feeling the desire to mention something destructive. Also, if you're doubtful about your own passions during a situation, it'd indeed be an honest idea to stay silent until you're more certain about your passions. You would possibly produce some misconstructions within the future if you reveal false or inflated passions. In short, it's frequently better to stay silent rather than blurting out something which may make effects worse or produce misconstructions. Number 4. When in group exchanges, especially if you're not knowledgeable with those you talking with, it's frequently an honest idea to be silent to watch and study those you're talking with, unless you'll elevate the discussion by adding your own standpoint or pointing something out that's missing or profitable. You ought to sit back and watch within the first wink after you introduce yourself and enter the discussion. While some people say you ought to be more gregarious and talk more within the morning, I feel it's better to watch a touch first before you come more gregarious and talk more. You're ready to elevate the discussion and add your own points tons more and naturally if you've got some observed data. You'll appear more likable and make fellowship briskly if you understand who you're talking with further. It's also lightly this manner since you're counting on your pure seductiveness to prompt alongside them if you begin talking tons within the morning, whereas if you observe a touch also talk, you'll repose on effects formerly said and make a natural discussion. One thing to notice is that you simply don't want to remain silent and observe too long ago. The group will perceive you as weird and unsettling. Make certain to cut in every now also, albeit your intent is to watch. Number 5. Silence is generally your friend in negotiations. Silence can convey a way of riddle and power, since it'd lead the contrary side to believe that you simply are willing to steer down rather than settling for smaller than the specified outgrowth. Most of the people are uncomfortable with silence, and using it in accommodations may be a great way to prompt what you would like. Say what you would like, also close your mouth.